welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, damsels and dingbats, to Stranded Deep. Before we get started here, I would like to say a couple things. First of all, for those of you who've been with me for the first 3 seasons of this game, I want to apologize. I did not realize how poor the quality of the video was. I noticed that the game was a little laggy and a little choppy when I played it. I was on my old system. It wasn't the greatest gaming system, but it wasn't that bad. Like, I could play it. It was okay. I didn't judge that it was going to be bad enough to prevent me from posting the videos. And it didn't get any worse. It didn't get any worse in editing either. It wasn't until I put it up on YouTube that things seemed to have gone bad. Now, I do not have a habit of watching my own videos, like, all the way through. I will upload the video, and then I will go check at random, once it's uploaded, a spot here and there in the video, just to make sure that it uploaded properly and I'm not getting any errors or anything like that. It wasn't until I decided that I wanted to try and record this season, because it's been a year or two since we've done anything with this game because of my computer being down and whatnot. So once I decided I was going to do this game again for the channel, I went back and I watched. I picked a random episode from each season to just kind of get myself back in the mood and back in the swing. And that's when I realized, holy crap, this freaking content, this footage is horrible. I don't even know how YouTube let me put it up. Like, if I had known it was as bad as it was, I would have been too ashamed to post it. So, for those of you who did watch it and did put up with it and were kind enough not to give me a hard time about it, thank you so much, and I am truly sorry. Now, I have taken steps this season to improve the video quality, at least. I can't guarantee content quality. But video quality, I've taken steps to improve that dramatically. First and foremost, for those of you who do not know, my friend the Mexinadian donated his old gaming system to me. He got his tax returns and he went and bought himself a new game system, gaming PC. So he came over and surprised me by giving me his old one. So I've said it a dozen times. I'll say it a dozen more probably. Thank you, kid. This is awesome. I appreciate it. For those of you who don't know, he's got his own channel. He's got a couple channels actually, but I have links to all of the damsels and all of the dingbats channels at the bottom of my YouTube channel here. But I will go ahead and throw a link to his channel in the video description here. I'll also throw a link to my stepson's Evergreen Gaming channel, because he's doing this game as well on his channel. He's playing it on the Xbox, and he's trying to get back into the YouTube thing himself. So I will leave links to where you guys can find them. Drop in, tell him DM Renavion sent you. Tell him I said hey, and yeah. So this season, we're going to do something a little different. I've played this game a lot over the years. According to Steam, I have 300 plus hours put into this game. I have 60 some hours of that time played in the last 2 weeks. Now, there's a story behind that, and I will get to that here in a minute. But the point I'm trying to make right now is, with the type of game that this is, there's only so much you can do before it's all been done. It is a sandbox game. You know, there's no real way to quote-unquote win the game. But once you've built everything and explored all the islands and killed all the boss monsters, like, that's it. Like, Season 1 and Season 2 were roughly the same, and Season 3 was roughly the same, and Season 4 here will probably follow suit with the rest of them. Now, I realize from a veteran viewer's perspective, somebody who knows Stranded Deep, that's not going to give you guys a whole lot of new content. And I apologize. For those of you who have watched my previous seasons, who have endured through it, and are still watching this, you guys are either amazing or you need professional help. One or the other. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not bitching. I'm just saying, there's not going to be a whole lot of new stuff here. There's a couple new changes they've made since the last time I played, and we will go over that in time. But for the most part, if you've seen me bounce from one island to the next and survive for a certain set amount of time, that's probably exactly what's going to happen here. So I've been struggling to try and come up with some way of approaching playing this game that will make it unique from the same thing over and over and over again that I've done in the past. And I realized that there are a couple things I have not done yet in Stranded Deep. For one, for as long as I've played, there's still like around a dozen achievements I haven't earned yet. I have no idea how I've managed to avoid them. Some of them are really stupid and simple, like create a clay flask. You know, maybe clay flasks weren't a thing back when I played before. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But yeah, there's some achievements that we're going to get. I want to get those achievements. And I've never played this on hard difficulty. I've always just played it on normal. Never really thought about it too much. So we are playing it on hard mode right now, which means our resources on the island are going to be both scarcer and grow back more slowly. The boxes that you find in shipwrecks and whatnot are not going to be as common. The encounters, the sharks, the wildlife on the islands and whatnot, they're going to be more aggressive and more difficult to kill. Stuff like that. My biggest concern is my food and water. I'm going to have to address that and keep my eye on that a little more heavily than I normally do. So that's no problem. I like a challenge. I'm starting to get to the point with this game where I was like, you know, what else is there to do? I've done it all, but I want to play it again and I want to record it some more. So playing it on difficult is going to present me with the challenge that I haven't felt in this game for a while. I do at moments when I'm trying to think about what I'm doing, I do tend to, my brain shuts off and I can't talk at the same time, so apologize for that. But I know you'll bear with me. Now, I think my record for survival in this game is like 120 days. Which is weird that I don't have the 100 days survived achievement, because I know for a fact that I've survived for more than 100 days. But maybe, again, that was one of those achievements that didn't come out. It wasn't out before I did that. And with the fact that my game has been reset every time I've played, you know, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But my two goals for this season are A, to get those achievements that I'm missing, and B, to try to beat my personal record of, we'll say 125 days, because I know it was 120 something, I just don't remember exactly. So I want to beat that record. And it's going to be interesting because that record was set on normal, not on hard. So it's going to be a challenge for me to get that far on hard. It's not going to be impossible. It's simply going to be a matter of devoting myself to doing it and doing it. I have been kind of struggling getting this season produced. Like I said, there's a story to that, and we'll get to it in just a second. I did try to play this on permadeath, because, like I said, I was trying to think of a way to play this that I haven't done it before to make it more interesting for you as the viewers. And I realized I'd never played it on permadeath, and So I decided that I was going to try and play it on permadeath. Now, this is where the story comes in. When I first decided I was going to do this game again this year, I wanted to do something different. You can only do so much in the game. The game's going to be the same every time you play it, no matter what you do, because it's just the nature of the game. But I wanted to present it in a way that was different and original and unique for me. Something I had never done. I don't have any cloth. Hold on a second here. The problem I'm having is that I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to play at the same time, and normally I don't have this much difficulty, but in the back of my mind I keep hearing difficult, hard mode, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you probably should drink some water, and I keep having this nagging thought in the back of my mind that I need to be a little more aware of the game and what I'm doing than I normally would. Like, I cannot autopilot this like I'm used to. So, every time that thought pops up into my head, anything coming out of my mouth gets interrupted. I thought I had some... Oh, I do have tarp. See, that's what I mean. I'm so busy chatting with you guys that I'm not focused on what I'm doing in the game. And I'm going to die. I'm going to suffer for that. So... But, anywho, what I'm trying to say here is that I wanted to do something new, something original. And I figured, okay, here's something I have not done before. What if I were to play the whole game without any narrative? You know, just play the game, record the game, but do not record any audio from my mic. Then I could go back after the fact in editing and add in, you know, like this fictional plot. I could create this character and kind of be like, this is the... I can't make that yet. Okay. You know, say this is the journal of so-and-so who survived at sea for set amount of time, and this is what he experienced, and then just kind of do it like, you know, make this character and kind of role play his experiences day to day. And I was like, okay, yeah, that'd be fun. Like, I could kind of do that. I've not done anything like that before. That could make it maybe original and unique enough to give it some entertainment value. So I did it. I played. I set it to. Like I said, I had it on normal, and I set it to permadeath. And played for 82 days. I mean, I did it all. I had the house, I had the raft, I defeated the boss monsters. Like, it was all groovy. It was all cool. It was going to be amazing. Yeah, it was going to take a little bit of extra time to do all that editing in post and whatnot, but it was so totally going to be worth it. Like, I was amped. I just got done recording everything, and then I went to... I went to actually start editing, and one of my memory cards went out. One of my memory sticks on my computer died, and my computer blue screened and reset like 15 frickin' times before I realized what the hell the problem was. Finally got it fixed, and I went back to start working on the footage again, and half of the footage was corrupt. Either it was so pixelated and distorted quality-wise that I couldn't use it, or I just couldn't open it at all. So I had played like 40 plus hours of this game, and it was gone. Like, it was just gone. And, oh man, it frustrated me so bad that at that point I think I was just about ready to give up on doing Stranded Deep this season at all. But I couldn't do that. Some part of me was being dogged and stubborn and said, no, we're not going to let this beat us. We're going to have a 4th season of Stranded Deep. I owe it to my viewers. We're not going to give up. We're going to try again. So I did. And I went and I started over. And I recorded for probably about 4 hours. And I was in the process of going back to, I'm gonna drop some stuff off here. I was in the process of going back to edit. And I realized that I had not turned my mic back on. Like, I had been recording for so long with the mic shut off so that there wouldn't be any of that extra audio crap going on, that I had forgotten that it was off. So when I recorded the second time, and I forgot, and there was no mic. So I had to start over again. At this point, I'm so freaking frustrated, I'm not thinking straight. But I'm like, no, I'm going to record this. I don't care. Come at me, Karma. Come at me, Galaxy. Come at me, Universe. You're not going to beat me. This is happening. So I recorded for another 3 hours. And everything was great. Until I went in to edit the 3rd episode, the 3rd video, and realized that my audio quality in the game was jacked up. Like, I could not... everything was fine till day 3, and then there was a storm in the game. And you could not hear anything I was saying over the storm. I had all of my audio in the game adjusted just fine, but the environment sound level was all the way up. You can't imagine the level of frustration I was feeling at that point. I was ready to throw my computer out a window if I had a window nearby. But again, that dogged stubbornness, I don't know where it came from, but it flat refused. I just couldn't give up. So I tried again. Only this time I'm like, alright, I'm only going to record for half an hour. To make sure I've got everything set the way it needs to be set. I'm not doing this 4 hours of gameplay just to find out there was a freaking problem, noob mistake that I've been doing over and over and over. So I played for half an hour, and I went back to check the footage, and I had forgotten to click record. I'm telling you, it's been one thing after another. And yes, it's all been my fault. But still, the level of frustration and irritation that I have undergone to try and get this put out is, it's just, I've always had, every season I have a little bit of difficulty with Stranded Deep. It is kind of like I have a little bit of a curse. But this is the most I have struggled with this game ever. Like, ever. What is the deal here? How come I'm not... I need to do something here. Can I... So my crafting is not going up. I've got everything that I normally do. Why is my crafting not up high enough yet? Alright, give me a second here. Let's do... See, I don't have any more of that. Something's up. Something is up. Normally by now I have a water still made. But for some reason See, that's one of the things about playing it on hard mode, is that you can't just build whatever you want when you have the resources for it. You actually have to have a certain level in crafting to be able to do that. And I'm still not 100% used to that yet. So when I go to craft my water still and I can't craft my water still because I don't have a high enough crafting yet, that throws me off and my brain stutters and I'm like, well, shit, now what do I do? So that's what the whole silence is right now, is my brain going, oh, now what, now what? There we go. There we go. So now I can finally get this stupid still up and running. Yeah, I've recorded this season so far so many times that I can't remember what I have or have not talked about in this attempt. I just want to get through this first episode. I get this first episode recorded here, and we should be fine after that, because then I'm just normally playing the game. Right now I'm trying to remember everything that I wanted to tell you, but also I'm trying to get my stuff set up in a hurry, because I don't have all of the time that I normally have. Well, that's what I was gonna do. I need to get some more palm fronds. That's one change that's occurred, is the water still needs palm fronds now. You know, I don't know how long this change has been in effect, but I know it's new since the last time I played. Now, I understand why they did it. It makes sense. It is a survival game, so forcing you to focus more on the actual act of surviving, food and water and whatnot, it makes sense. But at the same time, it's also a little annoying, because your trees, you only got so many trees on your island. And you only have so many palm fronds and fibrous leaves, and you need those fibrous leaves for other things, aka lashing. So eventually, just feeding this water still, you're going to run out of trees, and you're going to have to start shipping palm fronds in from other islands. And it's just like, I get it, but at the same time, really? If we're gonna be that realistic about it, why can't I go and boil water from the ocean? Like, there's a way to do that to where you can separate the water from the salt, and I don't know, maybe that's what this is doing. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's one of the changes they made. Another change they made is the raft here has a sea anchor now, so that when you're out at deep sea, if you go to check like a wreck, or you go in to do some fishing or something like that, you use the sea anchor, your raft won't float away. Now, this does not work in shallow water, to my experience, but once the raft floats out to deeper water, the anchor will anchor it. Which doesn't make sense. You'd think it would work in shallow and not deep water, because there's nothing for the anchor to grab onto out in the deep depths. Not without a really long rope. Anyway, also have this little storage area that comes with 3 rations, a compass, and a bandage. Now, you can, of course, take all this stuff out and use it for storing other things. But I like to leave at least 1 ration in there, and the bandage and the compass. I usually put 2 of the rations here, so that in a situation where I'm a hurting unit, like right now, and I really don't have, you know, any food or water, I can eat one of these rations, and blam, I'm good again. And you can find more of these rations out on wrecks and in chests and whatnot, so it's not like you only have 3 of these the whole game. So don't be afraid to use them. but at the same time, you're going to need a more reliable source of food and water. So don't become solely dependent on them either. Now, as you can see, just trying to keep this still going, I've already cut down 3 trees just for the palm fronds. That's what I mean. It's a little extreme. But maybe that's just because we're playing it on normal, and I get thirsty faster. But I remember on normal mode it was pretty bad too. So, but anyway, it's what we need to do. It's what we're gonna do, and no sense bitching and complaining about it. This season, as I've said, I'm gonna be trying to get some achievements. Get my achievements maxed out. Make it to at least 100 days. I mean, I have to make it to at least 100 days if I'm going to get my achievements, because that is now one of the achievements available. So, what else is there? Like I said, I've tried to record this so many times I can't remember what I've said in this attempted recording. Shout out to the Mexinadian and my stepson over at Evergreen Gaming. Evergreen, as I may or may not have mentioned in this episode, is recording this game on his Xbox and posting it on his channel. A link in the description below. Go check him out. Tell him Stepdaddy DM Renavion sent me. And tell him I said, hey. The Mexinadian, he's not been able to record quite as much as he wants to lately, but he has mentioned that he may be interested in starting up some Stranded Deep on his channel at some point as well. So regardless of whether he does or does not, go over, and if you like my content and you appreciate my ability to make content, go over to the Mexinadian's channel and tell him thank you for giving Renavion the computer, or something along those lines. I don't know. You know, go over and say hey. So, hopefully, starting next episode, things will go a little bit smoother. Like I said, I'm having old man brain issues right now, simply because I know there were several things I wanted to talk to you about, and trying to remember if I said them all and play the game at the same time and keep track mentally of what it is I'm trying to get done in the game at the moment. I seem to be struggling with that. But next episode I will have said it all, and I will just be naturally playing and reacting to the game, so I shouldn't be struggling quite as much. And I appreciate you guys putting up with my old fart brain. Old stinky fart brain. But we are running low on time for this episode, and I do want to post up a screenshot of the achievements that we're going to be going for this season. So I have my little camp set up. I got my water still going. I got a fire and all that ready for cooking foods. So next time we get together and play, I should be ready to go out and start exploring some of these wrecks, and seeing if I can't find some materials to start putting my raft together and whatnot. So for now, however, I am going to wrap this part of the video up, and we're going to hop over and take a look at those achievements. So here we go. Alright, so here we are looking at my Stranded Deep page on Steam. You can see that I have played in total 309 hours. I believe the last screen said that I did in fact put in like 68 hours in the last 2 weeks, which is just freaking ridiculous. These are the achievements that I earned when I did that whole 80-some day stint with the footage that I lost. Over here, however, are the achievements that I have yet to earn. Scroll down here. I believe here. These are the ones that I need to try and get. Survive for 100 days. Escape without using the compass. Which I don't understand, because I don't understand how you escape in the first place. I have yet to get to that point. Find all survivor remnants. make a clay flask, craft something using the loom. I don't know. Every season I have made a loom, but I don't think I've ever actually made anything with one. So yeah, this is my checklist. I'm gonna go ahead and print screen this, and then as we achieve, we're gonna try and make these priority. And as we achieve them, I will try to cross them off of the list. Try to remember to cross them off of the list, and I'm going to review these before every episode, so I don't do something stupid like eat a fish when I'm trying to do this one. Stuff like that. So we will try to get these checked off during the season and see how it goes. So unfortunately, I am well out of time for this video, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Until next time, I've been your host, DM Renavion, saying stay safe and have fun. I'm out.